If you are looking for the cheapest and English speaking country to migrate to, I will encourage you to consider Malta. Malta is an English speaking country, and this route I'm about to unveil to you takes 15 days to get your visa. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to migrate to Malta in just 15 working days. And if you move to Malta via this route, it means in the next 5 years, you will be qualified for a permanent residence, and you will be qualified to go or relocate with your family, including your children. If you've got children, Malta is known to be a country where you can raise children conveniently. Yeah, it's one of the places that has been known to have good health system, first class health system, and education, especially because of your children. So your supporting spouse will also have an open work, just like several other countries, where the main applicant might be restricted to a particular job, but in this case, you're not restricted. I'm going to share more light to that. But your dependent now, that is your supporting spouse, can apply for or can do any job, can work in any sector of the economy. Now, you and your family will be able to travel around the 27 countries of the European Union. You will also be living in one of the company or one of the countries rather that is regarded as the best place to raise children. If you go through the internet and make your research, you will know that Malta is one of the best places to raise your children. Okay, so very quickly, I'm just going to dive into the full details of this information on how you can migrate to that country, or I'm just going to share with you opportunity for you to live your migration dream. So I need you to stay with me as I share with you the 4 ways to relocate to Malta. There are 4 routes to relocate to Malta, and I'm going to share that in this video. My name is Opeyemi, and if you're coming to this YouTube channel for the very first time, I want to encourage you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I say that because I can assure you of the values you get for your subscription, and this is also to encourage me to be able to share more information to you. So please, and for those that have subscribed, I'm a regular subscribers, I want to thank you to you for your subscriptions. Now, very quickly, let's dive into the main details of today's video. Okay, so the first number one way to relocate to Malta is via the work permit route. Now, this year on the 24th of January, Malta government introduced what is called the new high skill work permit. And before the introduction of this permit, anyone moving from any country outside the EU, you would need to be earning 35,000 euros from the Maltese government. However, employers in the Malta have been complaining to the government that that is quite much, and the government drastically reduce this fee or this money to 25,000 euros. 25,000 euros. So if you get a job from an employer in Malta, within 15 days, your visa will be granted. I'm going to share more light. If you live in a country where there is no Maltese country or Maltese embassy rather, what you have to do is to send your passport to Malta rather. Once you have a contract that is signed by you and the employer, you will then include your police character report, your health certificate, and a valid passport, and that is all you need. Then you get your work permit in just 15 days. I'll also show you how you can get a job in Malta. I will show you list of agencies in Malta that have track for recruiting foreigners to come and work. You know, in Malta. Now, if anyone asks you to pay for any of this information, you really don't need to pay. That is why you have to just come around here and check once in a while if there are videos that that can benefit you. And that's why I encourage people to turn on the notification bell so you can always get information as they come. The second option to move to Malta is known as the study route. Do you know that if you graduate from Malta and work in the same country for a year, 70% of your tuition will be refunded back to you? Malta has some of the cheapest universities in the world, and if you're considering moving to Malta as a student, then look at the universities there. You'll be surprised of how much you will be charged, especially for your tuition, and you can take your family to Malta as a student. I understand that some countries does not permit you as a student to relocate with a dependent, but Malta is encouraging and embracing students, I mean foreign students now, with their family, with their dependent. And thirdly now, you can relocate to Malta via a process known as the digital normal visa. A lot of might have heard about this, but might not have the full information. So the digital normal visa. Now the government of Malta is trying to stop the digital normal visa because they realize that a lot of people are moving to Malta and they are not contributing to the Maltese economy. So the digital normal visa allows you to move to Malta without paying tax or work. You just move to Malta if you work for a foreign country and you live there. So you can see why the government is trying to call back on this. Okay, so they have increased the salary threshold. That's a new changes now that you have to earn before you can move to the digital normal visa. So it used to be 35,000. I mentioned it earlier, and now it has been increased to 40,000. So for you to move in now, you should be able to earn 40,000. Now, it's at the same time, they are reducing the salary threshold that you have to earn to come and work in Malta. So you can see that the government is trying to attract more workers and discourage people coming into the digital normal visa. So instead of coming to the digital normal visa, the government is trying to measure that. It's trying to, with rules and policies, make that process a bit difficult and make other routes more easier. And that is why they had to reduce that money uh, down. That's to be, the money has to be cut down how much you should have. Then the last option that I'm going to share in this video, the last route to coming or going to Malta rather, is known as the Maltese family reunion. That term sounds somehow right. Okay, so Maltese family reunion means that for you to be able to come to Malta via this route, you have to marry a Maltese citizen. So if you're seeing this video for the very first time, please encourage this content, encourage this information by clicking the subscription button. I remain my humble self, Okbayemi, and this channel is basically to help people with information that has to do with relocation, that has to do with life as it were, that has to do with lifestyle, that has to do with things that can, bring about growth and development across different phases of life. So we are not done yet. We are still as a matter of fact, this channel is just few months old. So I just want to encourage you to be part of this channel. Let us make a lot of impact together to people. Okay, so in this video I'm just going to be sharing with you step by step to how to apply for job in Maltese, how to search for employers that can sponsor you to Maltese. I'll also show you list of agencies that can that recruit foreign workers. So guys, just stay tuned and let's go through this together. guys, to get jobs in Malta, just go to your browser and put jobs in Malta, just like this, jobs in Malta. Then just search for it. Then it just bring you to this page, the jobs in Malta page, and you can see numerous jobs. You can sign up here to get a job, and you can see on my screen there are different job roles. There are 924 jobs in Malta currently, and you can see it across all sectors. This is junior analyst listing. You can see it's a contract job. Then head of health and safety, executive director, CNC programmer, cost controller, outdoor sales representative, junior claims accountant. You can see veterinary representative. There are several jobs here that you can look out for. For example, let me look out the junior analyst, for example. So you can see here, you will see the details, the full details of the job in terms of what the job is all about, the company, what they expect of you, and all of that. You notice that some of this, now note this, it says about you, said the ideal candidate must have a solid academic background in the area of accountancy, banking and finance, law, or other related field of study at National Qualification Framework Level 6, duly certified by the Malta Qualifications Recognition Information Center, that is MQRIC. I'm going to show you how to do that on this page, on this my screen. Now I'm going to show you too briefly. Okay, so you can just check all of this for all the information about the job. It's a contract job between 0 to 12 months. Okay, it's either 0 or between 0 to 12 months, or fresh graduates. It's an experience level. You don't need to have experience in this field, or you have 0 to 12 month experience. Irrespective of whatever experience you have, then that's what they expect of you. So the following skills and attributes are important for these positions. Okay, but that is for this particular part, this particular job role. If we look into other job roles, you can see some job roles, they have their payment. You can see this sales cost controller between 30,000 to 35,000 euros. You can see that we have other ones 22,000 to 25,000 euros per year. And don't forget that you have to look for a job that pays 25,000 upward per year. So looking forward, let's just check one more. Okay, there's a customer representative. There are things they would request or require of you to have skills. You can see several of these things. So you can reach out to any of these companies or any of these jobs. Just look for the job role that you want and apply for the job. Now let me take you further to show you a recruiting agency in Malta. If you go to maltarecruiting.com, I'm going to put this website in the description box. I'm going to put it there. Then you can go there and go to find a job. You can see there are several jobs here. You can see now identification. You have to register your name, your surname, your passport number, email address. All of these you can do, and you won't be charged for it. So you can apply for this job without being charged for it. You can see your education. So let me start from the beginning and show you afresh. Your identification, your name, surname, passport number, email address. And that's to tell you that if you are planning to relocate and you don't have a passport yet, it doesn't show like you really want to relocate. So please, for those that want to relocate and you don't have a passport yet, embrace your passport as soon as possible. Your gender, your personal information, country postcode, the country of origin, telephone landline, mobile number, date of birth, your work, what you've done before, your work experience, how long you've worked, the company you have worked for, and all of that. Driving license, if you have a driver's license, you choose all of these Then if you have other things you want to add, your resume, your identity card, your passport page, if you have driver's license, the picture, if educational certificates, BSc, MSc, doctorate degree, secondary school certificates, whatever certificate you have, other certificate of your job, then your criminal record, which is your police report. It's as easy as that. You submit it, then they will go through all of this and reach out to you for on that job. The next one I'm going to show you is strictly for people in IT. If you're in IT, you can go to this page, tech.co, and you get jobs that have to do with IT on there. Now, in there rather. Okay, so going back to I read something earlier to you on MQRIC. Now, in my previous video, I once mentioned to you, for those, that was when I was trying to explain to you how to relocate to UK without IELTS. I mentioned that you can use NARIC, which is now ECTIS. So ECTIS is a UK standard. It's like UK will convert your educational qualification. They will convert your educational qualification to a certificate that shows that you studied and understand English. Let me break it down a little more. If you're a bachelor's degree holder, for example, you can take your bachelor's degree certificate, your transcript, your if you have changed your name at one point or the other, then you might need to get affidavit from the court. Then you upload all of this, then UK will convert all of those information to what they call ETIS document. That's to show that you have studied in English. You don't have to do any other thing. You're not writing the exam, you're not sitting for any exam. They just give you a document that you can use to travel to show that you have studied in English. So you don't need high IELTS for that case. Now, in this case of Malta, this is also a kind of Malta NARIC. Allow me to use that statement, where you will have to upload your information. Then they will convert all of your documents, your certificates, your job or certification or documents. Then they will rate you to UK standard, so you can fall into any category. You can fall to level 6, you can fall to whatever level you fall to. All of those information you provided to them will make them grade you into whatever category you belong to. So step-by-step guide for this procedure is this. First one says recognition of applicant, of application rather. So you fill your information, after which you move to level 2, where you put your address, your street address and every address that you may think of. Step 3 is your contact information, that is your phone number. Step 4, statement of qualification. If you write the country of the awarding body. If you're a nurse, I will encourage you to look into relocating to Malta. Your NMC certificate, your NMC qualification, your diploma, your medical qualifications can be rated here, and you don't need to write any of those exams, IELTS or whatever, to relocate if you are using this method. So step 5, the statement of qualification. Step 6, you just add all of those information, after which you would be expected. Okay, now statement of qualification, that is the awarding body, name of institution, qualification, and all of that. So you just put all of this information, then you move to level 8, and that is where you get to know which particular qualification you fall into, what level you fall into. Then you go to the last phase, where you have to, for ECTIS, for the UK that I mentioned as an example earlier, you also have to pay for that conversion process to be done. It's not free. So for this one too, I think it's 30 euros. I don't know, but I think it's 30 euros. So once you get your job And then, because the first thing is you get a job. Once you get a job, then you can do this procedure. Then of course you move forward from there. So you don't do this first before getting a job. You get a job first. When you're now asked to submit a document, then you can now do this. Then what the conversion you get from this, or the document you get from this process, it's what you would add or give to your employer to further your relocation. Okay, I haven't watched that video. I believe that video has been able to, um, update you with information as regards relocation to Malta. So if you have people that are thinking of where to relocate to, I think you can let them know about Malta. I will encourage you to share this video with them. Let them get to know how to relocate, the method to use. Just share this video with them and let them look into which of these opportunities they can embrace to relocate to Malta. Either they're a nurse, irrespective of the kind of job they do, you're a nurse, a doctor, you're into construction, you're an IT person, irrespective of your field of work, you can go to Malta checking out any of this information. So guys, if you find this video helpful, I will encourage you to please click the like button, like this video, so YouTube can recommend this video for other people to view, and let's hope it to be of good benefit to them. So guys, don't sleep on this information, act on it as soon as possible. I'm going to see you guys again in my next video. See you later guys. Bye.